All right. What's up? How's everybody doing? I told you the so-called women down here were jelly. I just had one give me one of them jelly looks right now. That's what they do. They just look at you like, I don't know, this is weird. Huh. Like, yeah, you probably hear me saying the truth on here too. You probably don't like it too much, right? Good. Good. 100% good. Like, what kind of world, like, I don't understand why all these people feel like that's okay to act like that, talk like that, be like that. Like, bro, that's why y'all hide that stuff. Like, y'all don't be acting like that in front of people. You know what I mean? They do it behind closed doors. That's the difference. Somebody who comes right out and says what they want to say, there's nothing wrong with that because they telling you right in front of you. You know, at least they got the courage to stand up and stand on business. That's the difference. Most of these folks, like I said, y'all got nothing to lose. You got nothing going for you. What's your excuse? You know, me, I have to protect everything that I already gained. I got to protect Christina. I got to protect, you know, not so much just protect, but, just keep on pushing, understand that I have everything going for me and everything to lose, you know? And I just know that people like this, they don't have that, you know? Like, I don't get on here to talk down on nobody. I get on here to say reality. You understand? Like, I mean, I want the best for everybody. I want everybody to do well. I just want people to do well off of actual hard work. I want people to do well off of a system that's fair, that will change things instead of everybody just living off a government check like down here and then running their mouth worried about Batman. You feel me? I'm just saying it's not very fair if you all have what you need. All these families have what they need down here. And we're in my country, but I don't have what I need, and that makes sense. But not a one of them has reached out and said, "Hey, you know what? Here's a couch. Here you go. Here's your food. Here's some money. You're straight." Real talk. It's ridiculous. What you looking at? Like I said, we gonna keep on winning every day, baby. We out here. That's right. We out here in front of all of them. In front of all of them. The streets is mine. 100% real out here. Do-do-do. That's fantastic. I was gonna I was gonna touch the thing to cross the street, but there's spider webs all over it. Hopefully nothing got me already. I don't even like feel anymore. I don't even like feel pain. I don't even know what's going on half the time with it. It is what it is. It's a Porsche truck. Are they gonna turn or what are they doing? Anyway, like I said, Batman rules. I rule the night. I rule the day. I have mastered day and night, light and darkness, both alike. That's right. And peasants and commoners, your job is to pay me. That's right. You need to pay me 100%. You need to pay you, boy. We need financial backing, folks. How many I said now? What, 105 world records? I'm looking better than ever. Like I said, I'm aging backwards. What's goody? Yeah. What's goody? Them other folks, they don't act human. They don't look human. It just seems like a lot of masonry. I mean, did you folks think you were winning? Did these Masons think they was winning? Because I noticed y'all sure do talk a lot. They talk a lot like they got so much money, but they never really were rich. How you doing? They never had no money. I'm talking about these fake elitists and all these, you know, you know what, folks. Folks that look like me but aren't me. I'm a lot different than them. A lot of them are evil too. I'm just saying, people are being used by the devil. They pawn puppets being used by Satan and being manipulated. That's just the truth, and that's what it is. I mean, what do you want me to do? You want me to lie to you? Is that what you want? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm Honest Abe. I cannot tell a lie. I refuse to lie to you. I shall tell you the truth, all the truth, and nothing but the truth. That's right. It's just the truth, man. I mean, them people, them fake elites were never rich. Never. Never gonna be rich. See, I try to be positive with the folks down here, with people. I don't have nothing against anybody down here. I just have to stand up for myself. Uh, my argument is with the government and Illuminati and the elites. That's who my argument is with. And it's like Jason Bourne said, my issue is not with you. You understand? Yeah, my issue is with corruption and the corrupt fake authority, the corrupt government. That's who my issue with, not with civilians. You understand? Civilians are always just there, civilians, Honestly, everything I do is to help civilians. Well, it's been hard for me because it's hard when you have, different people who feel whatever way, or the jelly, or they have an issue, and it's like, dude, I'm sitting here doing something that helps you, man. I think on a much higher scale than you, and it's just something you have to learn. Your own will not want to see you win first. Your own will do it to you first. So you got to watch the circle you create and keep. And it's just the truth. This is not these other folks. Okay. This is not the fake elitists and the fake elites who aren't elite in anything. I mean, they couldn't be elite at a game of checkers. Let's get real. And I'm playing chess, not checkers. The elites couldn't hold a candle to the money I've made and spent. They couldn't hold a candle in anything. I was never trying to compete because I was defeating them since day one. I didn't have to try. It's better than you. Like, real talk. Like, if you put me in a room with like Elon Musk and Donald Trump, oh goodness, y'all would be laughing nonstop because I would put them in their place verbally so quick. Y'all would be like, I would tell them what's up right in their face. I'd be right in front of Donald Trump, like, what's up, Donald? What happened with all that family inheritance, boy? How you lose that helicopter, I heard, Donald. Come on, Donald. You can do it, Donald. I'd be having a field day with him. We could debate any topic. I'm way more intelligent than your fake presidents. All of it. Are you serious? I'm more intelligent than anybody. I'm more intelligent than your public speakers. So when you know that you're that intelligent, that you're a genius, when you know what you're doing, okay, and you know the power you have, it's there. You already understand it. Like I said, we had to be real people. They never had to. They're not rich. They're Masons. They get facilitated environments. So they'll pay for your stuff. They'll give you a little bit of money, I guess, to do what you need to do. But the problem is the elitists, all them people, they have to keep on doing their evil bidding, which we've already talked about a million times what they do, right? What all of them talk about, what Cardi B brags about, which is nothing to brag about. But they have to do that to, survive and get by. Drake, all of them, they don't own anything. They just occupy, just like the military. And when they said that, I thought back about it, like right now, and I'm like, yeah, that's what somebody said. It was a direct quote. They said they occupy these spots just like the military. Well, yeah, because it's all coming from the military. That's what I realized. The prison industrial complex is connected to the military complex, right? And which is connected to the entire government, which is connected to the car companies and the music industry. That's why they recruit all these rappers out of prison. They clone them. There is not only an agenda, but there's a system in place. And then that, extends into clearly what I believe is the CIA, FBI, and the feds, and probably other agencies. And I believe they have a task force as well that did all these things, created all these inside jobs and events in this country. The government has been doing this stuff literally just to make money and a ton of evil, because it's the agenda of the devil and Satan. That's why they do their gang stalking. So I mean, we had an unfair disadvantage since the beginning, but we didn't, because we have God. They had such an advantage, and they just sit there and do the devil's work. So this was never about money. This was about standing up and standing up for what's right, and systematically dismantling that system, like I said, figuring out how it works and addressing the root cause. You know what I mean? That's the only way that you win. The only way that you win is figuring out what the head of the snake is. That's just the truth. And in this case, it's a three-headed cobra. And I'm not kidding. They use this symbolism. I mean, 50 Cent did it on an album. He had an album called The Three-Headed Monster. And it had like a picture of a Leviathan. They say that a Leviathan is going to actually come up. They say that the serpent who deceiveth the world, shall rise and come up. They're supposed to be like the devil or the dragon, which I guess is Satan himself. The devil, he's supposed to rise out of the ground. He might be huge. He's probably like Godzilla. That may be what the story of Godzilla is about. I don't know. But what I know is that these things are real. Try to say hi. Hold on. What I know is that these things are real, and people need to wake up. That's all I know. They're very real. People need to wake up, need to start paying attention, need to connect the dots. Like I said, these people have been making moves. This all comes from Israel. That's the country it comes from. This is a movement, like I said. We have something called a shadow government, an elitist government, a government of elites. Okay, this is what the red triangles were produced to do, to cause their chaos and target me and try to stop me and silence me, and they failed. They were sent by the government. I don't care what nobody says. It's obvious as hell. A lot of people were sent into my life, sent at me. They had connections to military. I talked about what they did, right? So it's not difficult to digest when you understand those people were doing what they were doing back in the day. I made it through everything, but you have to understand, like, it's clear as day what they did. It's the military complex, and it's the prison industrial complex. And that's the enemy. I don't care what you say. That's the enemy. They've never been our friend. That's why they all have an attitude. And, me, I never wanted to join the military. I always knew it would be a joke. I've heard stories about people who are even in the military, and it's just like being in a gang. They don't have any loyalty for you or their own. They don't care about you. If they cared about you, why would they even send you out there to do that silly stuff? Those are dummy missions. That's what they are. They send dummies out there to do that stuff. They don't send intellectual folks like me. They'll try if you let them, if you slip up and don't think. That was the thing. Something in me, my intuition since I was a kid, I just knew they were all full of it. I knew it. I could feel it. I literally could feel it. I knew that there was something wrong. I knew that they were all liars and lying. And I had a much different, much more fragile mindset, because I'm just an innocent, good human being. When I was younger, I didn't understand these things. I didn't know any better. I've been through a lot of phases, trying to understand what's happening, trying to understand. For a long time, I didn't understand God. God really gave me clarity, man. He really gave me clarity. He really showed me. And I think it's because I wanted answers. I was seeking answers. I wanted God to talk to me, and he did, truly. And he's definitely put things in perspective now. and giving me a lot of clarity on how things really are. But like I said, my job is to use this $1 million mouthpiece to get as much money and as much funding. Hell, Trump gets over $3 million in campaign funds begging. So I don't beg. I encourage people to support me. And I'm a grown man and we do things the right way. Right. And that's why we've already corrected these folks. There's my little guy, little caterpillar. Hope he's all right. He's pretty smart. He's still around. That's the same one, man. That's crazy because this is a long stretch and he goes through the whole thing. Unless it's a family of them. But, you know, it's a little yellow caterpillar. He's pretty. So, or it's pretty. You just got to understand, man. My job is to use this $1 million mouthpiece. At this point, my job, and this was never, I never had an agenda. This is just, I just look at what's in front of me and do the best I can. It's like them church people, that church code. I helped them as much as I could. I did the best I could. It's a church group. You just go on a church retreat. It's supposed to be like a summer camp fun thing. They're just all weird and they ruined it, you know, and all of them are weird, you know, and it's really just criminals and people who are probably in and out of prison trying to find a safe haven and a refuge and do their illegal activity where they can make money, like how they send folks out to panhandle and call it fundraising. Just call it begging, call it panhandling. There's nothing wrong with begging. It just is what it is. Just call it what it is. I don't have an issue with begging. I don't have an issue with asking for help, but just call it what it is. Don't call it fundraising. That's like me going fishing and calling it, I don't know, fish party. You know, it's just not the same thing. That's some more nonsense. So, like I said, at the end of the day, we keep moving forward. Batman keeps moving forward. I'm getting strong as hell, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I can feel the strength. I mean, it's on another level. You know, so this is real. God built me, designed me, and designs me more every day. I'm so proud right now, man. That lift. I'm just proud of Christina, man. Truly, you know, that comes before everything. So I just want you to know I'm proud of you, honey. I hope that you see this. Super proud of you. I did let her know I'm going live. She's going through a lot, so I'm praying for you, honey. I just know you're going to be okay. I'm always with you. Always. I mean that, you know. God made you for me and I for you, and or you for me and me for you, you know, and I'm always with you. Always. I'm always be with you, you know, for eternity. So I'm not going anywhere. So I'm right here and I'm doing my best to help you along the way with what you're going through. I understand it's impossible and probably the hardest thing ever, you know. I can't imagine. I've never been through that and I'm sorry, you know, but I'm doing the best I can for you. I truly love you. And I just know you're going to be okay. The fact is, there is no future without you, Christina. There is no future. There is no nothing. You know, that's just the truth. Not for me, you know, and that's from the bottom of my heart. So just know I mean that, you know. So there is nothing without you, you know. You're all I see, and that's really how I feel. So I just want you to know that. But I love you more than anything. I'm extremely proud of you. And I'm very proud. I'm extremely proud today that I did this lift to the capacity that I did it to. It's absolutely incredible. I showed someone, they were like, wow, that's amazing. They're like, that's unbelievable. Like, yeah, this is real, man. Like I said, this is all God at work. And, you know, I have to have these skills. There we go. I got a thumbs up from a guy. I have to have these skills because, like I said, I'm going to be climbing buildings and we're going to have the grappling thing. I'll be able to use that and swing around and get busy and get in the mix under bridges and all sorts of places. So we're going to build the utility belt, everything. Like, I'm going to really run it the way that it's depicted, where we use different components to protect myself and to take care of myself out there. You know, there'll probably even be things designed to distract folks, all that. I'm like a little magician, you know, so it's the real thing. And you do have to have that, right? And that's the thing, like it's gonna throw people off, man. People are gonna be like, dude, who is that? What is that? They're gonna be like, that's Batman. And then what's gonna happen? I'm gonna make the tabloids in different cities and states already know. I'm telling you, I predict it right now. Every prediction I make keeps coming true, all of them. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be a big deal, man. There's gonna be a lot of press about me, a lot of media attention. That's why I know the money's coming because it has to. Like I'm gonna do it one way or another. Just that's the thing. I'm not trying to do it, like these people like reaching. I'm not trying to, I don't know. I'm just listening to God. I don't think God is gonna have me where I have to struggle to gain any more notoriety. I think that think he's gonna give it all to me. I think he's gonna give us the money. I truly do. So that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for Christina to be here and healthy and happy. That's all I want for her. I just want her healthy and happy. She truly deserves it, man. If anybody deserves it, honey, it's you. There you go, more hops. So yeah, like I said, I'm not these other people. Christina is my future wife. She's absolutely amazing. She's just nothing but loving and caring and just an amazing person and human being. And I'm just very grateful. And I haven't even met her yet. I just want to meet her. I just want to see her in person and get the chance to be happy and be with my girlfriend. But other than that, yeah, I don't care what people think. I do what I do. I'm telling you, I'm getting strong as hell. Like beyond very superhuman strengths. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It's exciting. That's all I can really say. So we're gonna keep on pushing. And that's the thing. I just for me, I try to stay on top of it. So I want to keep on increasing the strength levels and get ready for everything that's coming. All right, give me a minute.